Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pet Food Puzzle Guy. I'm Glenn. To my nutrition mission folks out there, and I hope you know who you are. I really appreciate all of you. You've been with me from the start and just consistently having great comments, and I've learned a lot from you, so I appreciate that. And for all the new folks, glad you're here. So today's video, I wanted to, I think I titled this the worst trend in pet food. And I really do believe this. I'm serious where I think this trend is probably the most harmful. I think it's the one that's going to lead to more kidney disease, more urinary stones, more food-related issues with pets, all because of the way this trend has gone. So we're going to talk about that. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing you have to understand when it comes to pet food marketing is you're always trying to differentiate your product from everybody else's. Three of the companies that I think are doing the best right now, and I base that just kind of anecdotally, I don't know, I didn't look up sales or anything like that, but Ollie, Farmer's Dog, and NomNom are three of those fresh foods out there. They're delivered right to your home, and that this new generation of pet owners, boy, they just love everything gets delivered to you. If you're under 30 years old, I don't think you guys ever leave your house to go shopping. Everything gets delivered to you. So that's really popular now, and those three companies really seem to be doing really well. There's other companies out there trying to play the same game. You know, it's they portion feed it. They put your dog's name on the bag when it comes. I mean, all that kind of stuff. And so we're gonna look at the whole trend. Let's just take a look at, and I'm just gonna lump them together because really they're basically the same genre, if you want to call it that, the same niche. And so let's just see some of their marketing real quick, and then I want to show you why the trend that I see in this. Okay, here's the first thing: meet a fresh approach to pet food. Whatever you see the human market do, generally, as soon as the pet marketers see, oh, that works for humans, guess what? We're going to do the same thing, and people are going to buy right into it. And usually, they always do. So fresh is really big now. That's the popular thing. I don't want processed food. I want fresh. And all three of these companies and more get into that. Food made for the love and health of dogs doesn't look like burnt brown balls. You're probably thinking, oh, that's Farmer's Dog. You've probably seen that ad. Sure, those brown burnt balls. God forbid that's what we feed our pets. That would just be terrible. Food should look like food. It looks like food. Okay. Ours is formulated by board-certified veterinary nutritionists to be complete and balanced and made with human-grade ingredients. That's the other one, right? Human-grade ingredients. And it's gently steamed to help retain their maximum nutritional value. It's not overcooked where all the nutritional properties are lost or diminished. Okay, you hear that one all the time. Choose from a variety of fresh, there's fresh, personally portioned recipes, including chicken, beef, turkey, and so on. And of course, you get your dog's name on the package when it comes. So really interesting. Ours is formulated by board-certified veterinary nutritionists to be complete and balanced. Keep that in the back of your mind, okay? Here's another one. This is kind of funny, and this is Farmer's Dog. Slapping the latest ingredient or nutritional buzzword on a label is a telltale sign of a pet food industry marketing gimmick. Now that I got to say, that's really funny. Everything, all the pet food marketing out there is a gimmick now. No one's educating you now. They're not. Okay, it's all buzzwords. The reality is, standard dry pet food has hardly changed since the invention of extrusion in the 1950s. So here's Farmer's Dog telling you from the 1950s. Now, I was with Hill's Pet Nutrition for 34 years. The innovations and the discoveries made that were put into a dry kibble just in my 35 years or 34 years is amazing. I mean, it's like going from, no TV to computers. I mean, it's just, there's no comparison. But yet for Farmer's Dog, because guess what? It's a brown burnt ball. And that's what it looks like. So from the 1950s, it looked like that. Today, it looks like that. Oh, so I guess the nutritional value inside that kibble has not changed. Shame on them. That's ridiculous. Okay. Um, it's all pet food. Oh, let's see. I'm sorry, but pet food marketing changes all the time and reflects the trends in human food culture. And that when you see things like ancestral on the pet food bag, so they're making fun of that whole ancestral species appropriate. Okay, it's kind of funny that farmer's dog is doing that. I do that a lot, but here they're doing it. Okay, that's just marketing. And farmer's dog's being honest with that. It is just marketing. But saying it hasn't changed since the 1950s, it just shows they're looking at the looks of it, not what's in it. Okay. Here's one. Our top chefs are top doctors. There are fewer than 100 board certified veterinary nutritionists in the US. That is true. And we happen to have two of them in our corner. This is kind of funny. Okay, so this is NomNom. They create each NomNom recipe to the nutritional levels established by AFCO food nutrient profiles. Okay, they believe that the nutritionists, and we agree that feeding our pets well is the best way to prevent chronic disease. That is so true. All you could do to reduce the risk, I can't really say prevent, the FDA would not agree with them using the term prevent, but they could say reduce the risk of disease by the diet you feed. They're not telling you how they do that here, and it is funny. I would really love to know, what does it mean we have two board certified nutritionists in our corner? Does that mean they looked over our recipes, said they were okay? Um, if they were staff members on staff with NomNom, you think NomNom would say, hey, we have two board certified nutritionists on staff that formulate our diets. We have two in our corner. So again, there's another, keep that in mind as we go through some of this. Okay, let's go to another one. The highest quality nutrition. This was a separate article that was talking about these three brands of food that we're talking about now. And it says all three of these brands have a variety of recipes that are created under the guidance of veterinarians. Here we go again. Under the guidance of veterinarians. Having vets and veterinary nutritionists formulate the recipes means your best friend is getting, here you go, the right balance of carbs, proteins, and nutrients. That would be vitamins and minerals, right? All that good stuff. So the food is safe and healthy to feed long term. So this article is saying all three of those foods, Ollie, NomNom, and Farmer's Dog, all, oh, there's been, the veterinarians are falling all over the place. They're just full of veterinarians formulating these recipes with the right balance. Here you go. Here's the third thing to remember, okay? The right balance of nutrients. Okay, let's hold on to that thought. This is the best one, and then we're going to tie this all together. This is from Ollie. This ad, um, this tells what's going on with pet food marketing these days. Ollie, nutrition you can see and feel good about. This is pet food marketing 101 right now in the United States and maybe in other parts of the country. But it's not what you're teaching me. It's not what you're telling me or educating me with. It's how you make me feel. I look at this food. Oh, I look at it. It's even got blueberries in it right there. Again, there's, I guess, carrots and look at, there's probably pieces of meat in it. It just looks like I could scarf it up myself, right? Just give a bowl to me too. I'm sure it's human grade. Um, it's nutrition that I can see and it makes me feel good. And I will spend a fortune on it to feel good because we all love to feel good. This is probably the most honest ad out there and they don't even know it, but Ollie's telling you the truth here. We're not interested in nutrition. We're not interested in educating you on nutrition, all that kind of stuff. No, we're not. So just, we have something that's going to make you feel good because it looks like food. That's what Farmer's Dog says, right? There's no brown burnt balls in here. But that's what pet food marketing is now. Okay, I want to show you this formula, life stage formulas. Okay, 101. There's three life stages. Now this is what brings it all together. So I hope you're still with me. There's three life stages that AFCO, the Association of American Feed Control Officials, that they've come up with. And those life stages, this is going to blow your mind. It shows you how inept this organization is. It's a bunch of bureaucrats and not nutritionists, but we're stuck with them. The three life stages for cats and dogs. Number one, growth, reproduction, and lactation. Now that's number one, okay? Because if you have a puppy food, you can obviously feed puppies. But reproduction, that third trimester that female dog goes into, she's really growing puppies now. So putting her on a good puppy food, not a large breed puppy food, but a regular puppy food, that's perfect for her to meet her nutritional needs, which are extremely high at this point. And then lactation. While she's nursing those pups, she still needs the higher nutrient levels that she's getting in that food and to help her kind of recover from pregnancy. So once those pups are weaned, she comes off a puppy food and goes on to an adult diet. The second life stage is adult. Kind of makes sense, no brainer. Okay. The nutritional needs of that growing puppy have changed now that we have an adult. Now we're kind of going into what should we change to help reduce the risk of disease? Not age related so much because they're still young. That's like a, 1-year-old dog is like a person in their 20s, right? But that's the idea, is maintenance, maybe some high energy foods because your dog is really active and a hunting dog, maybe some low calorie foods because your dog is more of a couch potato. So there's variety in there, but the idea is an adult maintenance type diet. Okay. What's really sad is number three. Number three should be what? Senior. Because when your senior dog hits those geriatric years, I wish I had the slide to show you that I used to show veterinarians, but for the average sized dog, when they hit around 7, this is true for cats as well, the age related risk factors of disease just go like, we start out like this, and man, at 7, they go like this. Whether it's calcium oxalate stones, kidney disease, all kinds of things. 7 would kind of be like I don't know, I'm 64, and you just see there's a lot of difference in your life, and I'm on blood pressure medicine. I have to watch my sodium, things like that. So I'm like a senior dog. Okay, I really am. So you think there'd be a life stage for seniors because there's so many nutritional changes that are unique to that senior dog. Okay, there's not. AFCO has no rules for senior. I can make Glenn's all natural senior food, put it, I'm sorry, I could call it that. I could take a puppy food, put senior on the bag, and sell it all day long. There'd be absolutely, AFCO would have no problem with it. Matter of fact, the few senior foods out there that are really senior foods, I've done a video or two on some of them. They actually get listed as what? The AFCO feeding guidelines or a nutritional statement says what? For maintenance of adult dogs. It will never say senior on the AFCO statement because AFCO just doesn't address it. I think it's criminal. I think it's malpractice. It's just lazy. We have growth, we have maintenance, and then we have no senior. I'm sorry, that just doesn't make any sense at all. Here's my conspiracy theory as to why that is. Because what's the third so-called life stage? All life stage. All life stage. Now let all sink in, okay? That's a real word. It has a real meaning. It means that this food is an all life stage food. So it has to cover the nutritional needs of all life stages. So it has to include puppy, has to include adult, has to include senior, whatever you want to make senior be. So you could have a food that will say, hey, here's Glenn's all natural, all life stage food, and it contains, it has all the nutrients for a growing puppy, for an adult, and for a senior dog. We just listened to all these food companies telling us how that the balance of nutrients and how they have board certified nutritionists, have all these people involved in formulating their food. Okay, so I want you to think about all life stage food. If it can't be deficient in any life stage, what kind of food is it really? If you can't be deficient by law in any life stage in your all life stage food, what kind of food is it? Is it an adult diet? It's not a senior diet. That really doesn't exist, right? Is it a puppy food? Yeah, it's puppy food by law. It has to meet the requirements for a growing puppy. So what does that mean? It's a puppy food. Oh, but I could feed it to my adult dog. Yeah, you can. AFCO is saying you can. But what have you just done? You've just said, okay, I can feed puppy food to my adult dog. Well, that's excessive for your adult dog. You can also feed it to your senior. You'll see foods that'll say it's for all life stages. You can feed it to puppies and all the way to seniors with optimal nutrient levels. That's absurd, but yet AFCO allows them to do it. And all three foods, Ollie, NomNom, and Farmer's Dog, guess what? They're all life stage foods. So what are they? They're puppy food. Do you want to feed puppy food to your adult dog or to your senior dog? Not if you know anything about nutrition, you don't. To say all life stage nutrition is optimal, and who are these board certified nutritionists they're all talking about? All these veterinarians formulating these foods, and they're saying, oh, just feed puppy food. So here's the real danger. Here's the trend that is going to cause a lot of heartache because it means pet owners are going to be losing their pets to kidney disease. They're going to be losing their cats to urinary blockages. I mean, I can go on and on and on. As I look at these new foods, and again, I just picking on these three because they're so popular. We're ignoring the simple fact that's on that formula. Animals have unique nutrient requirements that vary according to their age. That is a simple nutritional fact. All these food companies now, because marketing has become king and nutrition has fallen to the wayside, they don't care about nutrition. They don't care about controlling nutrients. They don't care about your senior dog getting a senior diet or a senior profile. Feed him puppy food. He'll like it. It tastes really good. It's high in protein. Okay. We have totally ignored at least 75 years of research into nutrition by Royal Canin, Hills, Purina, and gobs of even other food companies and universities and everything else, that you feed a puppy food, and you feed an adult food, and a senior. Very often we're going to start controlling different nutrients, help reduce the risk of diseases like kidney disease and urinary stones. All life stage foods. Just think about it. Here's a 8-week old Bernese Mountain Dog. This is one of my grand dogs. Okay, this is Atlas. 8 weeks old. Within a year, he was almost the size that he is now. He's about 120 pounds. Okay, think about the nutrition it takes to grow that puppy from that size to that size in a year and a half. Okay, that's the nutrition you're feeding your 7-year-old couch potato lab. That's absurd. If you think that's optimal nutrition and optimal nutrient levels for that 11-year-old, that's just nuts. Yet these food manufacturers, with their board certified nutritionists, what are they offering you? Oh, we're giving you all this other stuff, all that marketing, all that stuff that we went through that I hopefully didn't bore you too much with. They're all doing it. And not one of them is saying, hey, let's look at the nutrient levels in our food. Our foods are actually healthy because we control the nutrients. No, you're getting all life stage foods from almost every one of them. So here's the final thing. Whatever you're feeding your pet, I don't care if it's dry, air cooled, raw. Well, raw can't count because they're not going to. You have no idea what you're feeding. Um, any food you're feeding, your dry food especially and canned, look for the AFCO statement. If it says for all life stages, it's puppy food. Do you really want to be feeding puppy food? Does that make any sense to you at all? I'm telling you, all you're doing, you're playing Russian roulette, because maybe your dog will do fine on puppy food his whole life, but you're playing with fire. There's absolutely no nutritional reason to be feeding all life stage foods. And yet, what are we seeing? More and more of the new foods coming out. I'm watching them, and every single time I go, Brian, one of my subscribers, we talk a lot, and he said, oh, what do you think of carnivore? Oh, never mind. I see it's all life stage. What he just commented there was really true. As soon as you see it's all life stage, you're done. You're done. You're not going to feed that. If you know anything about nutrition, you're not feeding that food. So anyway, there's the horrible trend. And when I say horrible, I'm really concerned about this. I mean, there's many foods out there that are not all life stage, but the vast majority of the most popular ones, the most expensive ones, are all life stage. And it just makes no sense at all. And the more we do this, the more we see that trend continue. Guess what? The dog that's prone to kidney disease, puppy food is just going to bring it on faster. All that protein, all those minerals. And when we get into all life stage, it's not like they're making it just for puppy. They're, what they know is they don't have to worry about excesses. Government AFCO isn't looking at are you deficient, are you excessive in anything. You just can't be deficient. So those all life stage foods could be even higher than most puppy foods because the meat meal they're using is full of bone and hair and hoof and feathers and chicken lips and whatever, okay? And it's driving that mineral content up. Yeah, just put it in the food. Who cares? Nobody's looking at mineral levels anymore. Senior diet, oh, who cares that it's high in the minerals that cause stones or for cats or dogs, okay? Who cares if kidney disease is one of the top most common diseases that takes our cats and dogs. um, just feed them a food that's totally excessive in protein. The protein levels in these modern all life stage foods is astronomical. It's absolutely insane. Some of the time, 2 to 3 times higher than the amino acid profile that animal needs. But you all have been conditioned at high protein, more protein. We have 20% more protein than any other food out there. That just makes you excessive. That just makes you the diet that if I feed it to my cat who's prone to kidney issues, guess what? She's going to worsen because of your diet. But it sounds so good. It's very frustrating. Anyway, I got to go, folks. I hope you stuck with me. Let's get away from all life stage foods. It's the worst trend out there, and it's so easy. Just look at the package. If it says all life stage, you're done. Keep searching. Keep looking for food that actually has nutrition in mind, and that's the whole purpose of the nutrition mission is to get back to nutrients and nutrition and away from all this BS that these food companies are throwing at you. So have a good one. Catch you next time.